Hey everyone. Hey everyone. Welcome back to Get a Heck Yes with your girl Carissa Woo. I have a very special guest. I'm super excited. Her name is Savannah Groves and she goes by Sav and her Instagram is a girl and her phone video. Dude, when I saw her videos, literally like energy was popping out of her feed. She uses her iPhone to shoot weddings. She teaches others how to use her iPhone. And these videos are like insane. They look better than like, I don't know, 10K cameras. Just her storytelling is insane. I literally am like buying all the stuff in your Amazon, like making me broke this morning. Hopefully you get a little commission off of that. But I just love everything about you. And I haven't been this excited about a podcast for a very long time because I never talk about this subject ever.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited. We can kind of sprinkle some newness for your listeners today.
Yeah, I have. Well, I'm actually friends with this girl, Viv Socials, and she does like content creation too. But what you guys do something so different.
Yes.
And yeah, we're gonna get into it. So first, just say hello to the audience and tell everyone who you are, Sav.
Hello, audience. My name is Savannah Groves. My friends call me Sav. Carissa, we're now friends. So yes. So you can call me Sav. I'll answer to that girl with her phone, Sav, whatever.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I'm a wife and a mom. I have an almost 4 year old little boy. And so, that takes up all my time. That's the best part of my life is my boys. And then I'm
Oh.
also vice president of a fiber internet company. It's my family's business. So yes. So that's actually my put the bread on the table, 9 to 5, my real job.
Wow.
So I actually this is like my passion, the thing I do on the side. But
Wow.
and some people are like, how do you do that? But my dad is actually also a professional drag racer and he has always done like our phone and internet family business. So I told myself, hey, if he can do his thing, then I can do mine. And here we are.
Oh, that's crazy. My head's going in like 5 different directions. I'm like internet drag racing, like a mom.
We're just out here doing all the things. We've got one life, so we're cramming it all in our one life.
Yeah,
So
I'm really shocked because for a girl that has such a lit social media and to be a mom and to be 27 and to have a full-time job, like that's pretty dang impressive. So,
thank you. Thank you. Don't look in the corners of my home. There's unfolded laundry and dishes.
yeah, this box is very narrow. It just shows our pretty little faces.
That's right. Yeah. It's like, listen, when you're doing something, there's always like three other things on the back burner that aren't getting taken care of, and that's just life. So we're rolling with it.
Wow, I love it. So you're kind of like an early mom too. Had your kids early 20s?
Yes, my husband and I, we got engaged not long after meeting. I think 8 months after we met, got married a year after. So we were 20, 21, and 22 respectively. I think we're about to come up on our 5 year wedding anniversary on March 2nd. So that's pretty exciting. And then Jonas was our surprise 3 months after we got married. Yeah. So it was
Ah,
very fast, very quick. We were very young. I was very stressed.
yeah.
I had no idea, like, oh my gosh, like, I was not planning on becoming a mom. Like, I always knew I wanted to be a mom, but never knew that was in the cards for me. Like, a girl on her phone was just picking up, and it was crazy. And then obviously COVID hit, and it was a wild ride. So yeah,
Oh,
young mom.
interesting. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a sec, but what were you like? Let's talk a little bit about you growing up, Sav growing up. What were you like as a kid? Your dad being a drag racer, that's very amazing slash scary. What was your mom like? And just how did they like raise you to become this amazing like entrepreneur with wearing different hats?
Um, Sav in school, I was a theater kid, a show choir kid. That still like singing and all that stuff still like my first love. I sing at church and things like that. So I've got to keep that in my life. Um, but I also would make these YouTube videos with my friends. So, my
Hmm.
friends knew if they were coming over for a sleepover, we were going to get my little camera out, and I had a green screen, and we would
Wow.
film like music videos, and I would edit them on this really cheap software, or on iMovie, all
Yeah, yeah.
that throwback kind of stuff. And so I just loved it. I thought it was so fun. Somehow that turned into what I'm doing now. We can talk about that in
Interesting.
a little bit, kind of that connection, but they were always my biggest supporters, buying me equipment,
Wow.
encouraging me to like put stuff out on the internet, watching every single video that I made, that I look back now and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Like
Oh,
if I
interesting.
it's just cringy, but we were having fun, and that's all we knew. So somehow that carried over to what I'm doing now. But always very supportive. My dad, yeah, drag racing is very scary. He loves cars, so I've always grown up around cars, grown up going
Uh-huh.
to races with him. I actually did drag racing for a couple of years when I was a
Wow.
kid. So I raced junior dragsters, and we still have it. Actually, we're saving it for Jonas in case he wants to do it too. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, but it is scary. He had a pretty big wreck almost 2 years ago and completely destroyed his car. He's like lucky to still be alive, and it's
Wow.
just you just never know what's going to happen. So it is super dangerous, super scary, but it's so much fun. There's nothing like
Oh
it.
my God, that's thank the Lord. I kind of grew up in theater as well. I did like King and I
Ooh,
and Bye Bye Birdie, and I sing at church, but just as in the audience.
that counts. That counts.
Yeah,
My
in the front row, getting my God on.
I love it.
I was this girl that edits for me my videos, Deanna. She does YouTubes too as a kid, and I think you guys are the same generation. But she was like, yeah, like my parents, they didn't let me go out, and then because of that, I learned like how to edit on YouTube, and I made YouTubes. So I was always thinking, I was like, should I like not let my kids go out of the house so they'll become smart, learn all this stuff?
Yeah, they can make so much money doing all of this
Totally.
stuff. Yeah.
What did you like? What did you create as a kid? Mind you, I didn't get YouTube till like college, so your generation was like all about it. So walk me through that a little bit.
Oh my. Just embarrassing. We okay, so there was like this style of video whenever, we got our hands on cameras and YouTube accounts where it was like music videos, and every line of a song you're lip syncing to it, and you're taking it very literally, like what the song is saying. You have props, you're acting it out, you're doing it. And so
What?
we would pick the song we wanted to do, which was usually like Kesha, or oh gosh, what else? I Kesha, I'm trying to think of what, Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
all of those songs that were big like back in the, late 2000s, not quite the 2010s.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Wow, that's dating us a little bit, but that's it's fine. So we'd go through all the lyrics and we'd storyboard, okay, for this line, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get this prop. So we would make props and we'd have costumes and we'd go around filming at different locations. I mean, this is like a multiple day production because they would stay at my house for the weekend.
Wow.
So some shots we'd plan for nighttime. Some shots we would be like, okay, we got to wake up and do this shot in the morning. I mean, it was it was wild.
Oh my God. Okay, you're kind of blowing my mind. Like, no offense to my other guests, but I kind of like talking to young people. I was like, what? Okay, I have like an interesting question, because I never asked this to anyone in your generation, but what was it like maybe like growing up with so much technology and like a phone and I've seen it on all these documentaries like hurting people's mental health and people suicidal comparison trap. Has it affected you, or what were like kind of the I don't know, the hardships that you've gone through just growing up in so much like the era of like social media and technology and YouTube and Instagram and everything.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that comes just like top of mind of what you're talking about is that I remember a time when like you couldn't be on your landline because, you know, someone was trying to be on the internet and things like that. So
Yeah.
I remember back then, and now we are to where we are now, where we have fiber internet and gigabit connection and just cell phones.
Shameless plug, shameless plug.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's like I've watched it go from like its very early beginnings to what it is now, and I continue to see it just rapidly and exponentially progress, increase. And I think that's what kind of the ethos behind my business that I kind of talked about a little bit is like trying to use what you have. Don't feel like every time something new comes out, you have to run and upgrade to it.
Mm,
So I feel like in growing up in an age where everything is progressing so fast, as soon as you get something, it's on to the next, it's on to the next.
mm.
Televisions, cell phones, you know, we have Nokias and we have Blackberries, now we have iPod touches, now we have iPhones, and it just like was very much like this. You always have to have the next thing, you always have to have the upgrade, you always have to have the new color. um you know, I feel like that created in my generation this like air of consumerism, like extreme consumerism.
Wow.
And so that's what I, you know, bad timing because I literally just upgraded all my phones to iPhone 15 Pro Maxes. But I waited and I saved up. I just couldn't wait anymore. I was dying for that Apple Prologue. But what I normally try to do when I'm being good is, you know, try to, you know, recognize what I have, realize it's a good tool. The real magic behind my art is me, not the thing that I'm using. And so I feel like it helps me to kind of take a step back and be like, I don't need that. You know, it's it's okay. We're going to use what we have and not fall into this trap that I feel like so
Wow.
many people my age fall into.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm trying to be budget friendly, like good with my money, and like I broke the camera part, but it still works.
No.
So it would probably cost like 200 to fix, but I'm like, oh, it works, whatever,
Yeah.
and just having that mentality, oh, I gotta get the next thing, the next thing, like it could make you sick, honestly,
And broke.
and just, oh yeah, honestly, addicted. But that is hot topic. Let me ask you a couple more questions before that. I would say like I guess we could jump into it. Like, how did you start shooting weddings on iPhone? That's so like crazy.
It's so weird. I know. It's like, how would you, why would you, what? So, like I said, I started on YouTube and making those videos. So here I am now. I'm not doing that in high school. I'm doing theater, I'm doing show choir, not really doing anything with photo or video or anything like that. And then one of my friends gets married, and I literally have to say it's only divine revelation or intervention or inspiration, because I
Mm,
don't know what would possess me as a bridesmaid to be like, this is my friend I love so much. She can't afford a wedding videographer. I'm going to go around with my iPhone and take some videos and use this very basic level of knowledge of iMovie that I
yeah.
have
Uh-huh.
and put something together for her, because it would be better than nothing. Like it has to be better than nothing.
Totally. Uh-huh.
So I like snuck around after I got ready and oh, I just made fireworks.
Fireworks. You said snuck and like fireworks like popping off of your head.
I think it's like my hand gestures made it go off. Sorry.
I thought you did that. I was like, what? Girl with her iPhone and effects.
The viewers on YouTube just got a show. So you're
Yeah.
welcome. That was totally intentional, not at all an accident.
Oh
Anyway,
my God. I love it.
anyway, so I snuck around like a little ninja and took pictures of, or not pictures, took videos of all the stuff on my iPhone 7. So
Wow.
this was in 2017, just for context. The first time I ever did this, ever had the idea to do it. I send it to her while they're on their honeymoon. Obviously, she loves it. She goes crazy for it. Totally unexpected. Fast forward a year, and one of the bridesmaids from that wedding is getting married. She doesn't have a videographer. We
Oh,
literally run into her on her way to her rehearsal dinner. So like the night before her wedding. And she just so happens to mention like, I'm running late, I'm buying these candles. I'm already regretting not hiring a videographer to like capture all of this.
Yeah.
And I just kind of thought, I'm like, well, I did this for her. Like, would
Um,
you be willing to let me just come? Like, I don't have gear, but I won't charge you. I won't get in the way. Would it be okay? And she's like, yeah, if you don't have anything better to do, like, of course.
yeah.
So I went, that got posted on Facebook, and my like personal Facebook messages just started to blow up.
No way.
Luckily, I had like 5 people message me in an hour and be like, "Are you doing this now? Because we need someone affordable. We need someone next week. We need this. We need that."
Wow.
And I looked at my husband and I was like, I may have accidentally just started something.
Wow.
So I made a Facebook page that night and like discovered Canva for the first time, made a little logo and slapped it up. And I literally filmed for 4 years straight, never took a break until like
Wow.
early 2023. I gave myself a 6 month break from filming and editing because I had never had a break since I started.
Wow.
And that's kind of it. Just it was born, and it was just like a catapult. Like it just
Dude.
launched me.
I mean, that video must have been impressive because, like, now looking back, like, I did have, like, my cousin take video on his phone for, like, my friend and stuff, but then they never really, like, branded themselves as it, like you are. And the quality wasn't that good. So you definitely had the eye and the talent for it. You started in 2019, right?
That is whenever I went like full fledged. So like 2017, I first had the idea.
Okay.
December 2018, I filmed that second wedding that got posted, and 2019 was like my first full wedding season. Like I'm booking weddings, people are paying me for them. That was like my first full wedding season.
Wow. Okay. So are you there like the entire day?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then do you mind if I ask you like the price point that
Oh,
you
absolutely.
Okay,
Now this is like different now than how it used to be. I started out like a lot of people. I'll tell you now, my price right now is 3,000 is my
good.
price.
Uh-huh.
When I started though, like other people, I was literally texting my friends saying, "Can I please come film your wedding? If you don't have a videographer, I won't charge you. I won't
Yeah,
charge you
yeah.
anything. I just want to come." Because some people look at my stuff and they'll be like, well, like nobody will pay me that. And it's like nobody would pay me that whenever I
Mm,
first started either. I probably filmed 5 weddings for completely free in
yeah,
the beginning. And you know how it is. Like I'm investing in gear, I'm investing in software. So I'm like getting negative in the tank,
totally.
like trying to build this thing up to what
Yeah,
it is now. And I mean, I even had some friends say, no thanks.
yeah.
Big
Uh-huh.
shot to the ego. I was like, oh, that hurts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sorry you denied my free work. Like,
I- I'm like, really? Like, I thought it would be better than nothing. You really think nothing is better than me? Okay,
that's so sad.
I'm moving on. No, it's fine.
Wow.
It's fine. No trauma here. It's fine.
They totally probably are kicking themselves because it costs 3K now and now they
Yeah,
don't have a video.
they have reached out to me. They're like some of my biggest supporters now, and they're like, that is my number one regret is not having you there. So I'm like, it's okay. It all is what it is. Everything works out the way it's supposed to. Um, Never any like ill will towards that because I was just starting out. It's like this
Totally.
girl, she doesn't know what she's doing. So when
Yeah.
I first started, I had to start charging though because then my demand got so high to the point where I was like, oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
I charged $500 for a long time, like
Yeah.
way too long.
Wow. Uh-huh.
So it went from like 500 to 800. And then you know how it goes. It's like if you still are in too high of demand, like you just have to keep raising your price until you find that where your, X's meet, where you're not in too much of demand and you're getting paid a fair price
Yep,
and all
yep.
that
Sweet
stuff.
spot. Uh-huh.
Yep. And so right now, 3,000 for me has been that sweet spot, which in I'm kind of in like two different markets. I'm in a like a Southwest Missouri market, and then like Kansas City, Missouri, which is a lot bigger. And
Mm-hmm.
for my smaller local market, I'm the top end of the range as far as price
Yeah.
goes. And then in the Kansas City market, I'm kind of more on like the lower to middle. So
Yeah, yeah. But also you have like your education side as
yes.
well. I would have to say You have really good energy on your Instagram.
Thank you.
I kind of wanted to, I was like, oh, I should just talk. And, I don't know if it just pop up on my feed, but it's like whenever I see a video from yours, it's very memorable, which is very hard to do these days because it's just like scrolling, 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 scrolling. So, what was it like to just start talking about it? Because, when I was always about the iPhone, and like I worked at Apple Store for like many, many years. And when cinematic came out, it changed my life. And now I'm like B-roll queen. I would rather
And
post my iPhone videos opposed to my videographer because it takes so long, I can't get the footage, I'm gonna have to like open up the files, look for them. So what like encouraged you to start talking about it, teaching others, your For Everyone mentorship, and just being so passionate about this? Like what are you trying to do with changing the world with your iPhone? Your messages, like where does it come from?
I mean, honestly, it came from I I was being asked so much. I was being DM'd so many questions all the time.
Wow.
I've never shied away from helping someone like without compensation or whatever. I'll still, if someone asks me questions in the DMs, like I'm not like, yeah, I'll answer it if you pay me $500. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
yeah, yeah. I'm like that too.
it just got to a point where like I was answering questions and I had over a handful of times where people were like, I want more. Do you offer a mentorship? And after that happened over a course of like a little over 2 years and happening over and over, I was like, I think this is something I'm going to have to do because I think there's a high enough demand for it.
Totally.
And I felt very market, our wedding market is being so saturated with education. I did not just want to be another person out there putting out a course, doing this, doing that, so I was very hesitant to do it, because I feel like our market's so saturated. Anything I do, I want to know that I am providing so much value with
Mm.
whatever I'm doing and that there's a high demand. And so luckily I took the jump with the For Everyone mentorship program. Actually, I got a mentor, or like a mentee. I got a mentee before I launched it just to kind of test the waters and
Uh-huh,
see.
uh-huh.
Fell in love with being a mentor. And it really is just like, it's different than just answering questions in the DM.
Yeah.
Like it's way
Uh-huh.
more personal and way more in depth, and like
Hmm.
my style is very much nothing's off the table, let's talk about everything. And it's all face to face and hands on. And I just, that's probably been my favorite part of A Girl and Her Phone so far, is the education side of
Wow.
it. So I'm,
Yeah. You're
yeah.
lucky. It's like you're kind of in a league of your own. So when someone does hear about your story, it's very newsworthy, I would say. I know content creators are coming up, but it's different to be like the sole videographer at a wedding with your iPhone. And I'm sure during Hot Topic it's going to come up, but I think people are dying to know like the benefits of choosing someone that uses just her iPhone versus someone that's investing, has these 10, 20K cameras, Sony's, whatever, but we'll get into it. So tell me your hot topic, and we'll just hop into 3 tips.
Okay. My hot topic, I need to see it. I'm going to butcher it if I don't read it.
Sure, for sure,
Let
for
me pull
sure.
it, let me pull it up.
And if you guys want to go to your Instagram right now, if you're not driving, and type in A Girl and Her Phone videos, just look at her first 3 videos pinned. They're pretty awesome. Even look at the full wedding. It's very enticing and very intriguing and very attention capturing. So, yeah, you ready?
Yes. Okay. So my hot topic is worrying more about gear than telling your client's story does them a disservice.
All right. What does that mean, girly girl?
So, what that means to me is I never even knew. Let me give a little backstory to my hot topic. I never even knew this was a topic, an issue, anything like that until I actually started sharing more in around April of 2023 on Instagram, kind of really honing in about, I am a girl who films weddings, who uses her iPhone. It used to just be I would post my wedding films and my name was a girl on her phone and draw the conclusion if you want. But, you know, I really started to drive home the fact that like I'm doing this on my iPhone and that's cool, that's okay. And other filmmakers were very quick to tell me that's not okay. you know, I got a lot of hate on the internet for probably 6 months. It was a very bad time. It's
Really?
yes. And I realized after like talking with people and my clients, like I was making my clients happy and things like that. That's whenever I kind of realized like there are people out there who care more about their gear than like the art side of it or telling their story on their wedding day or their couple's love story and things like that. And I think I don't want to say that's what sets me apart because there are so many filmmakers out there. I would say more good than bad that care more about the story than anything else. And that's how it should be. Um,
Mm,
so what that means to me is like, your clients aren't hiring you for the camera you're using, they're hiring you for you. The way that you tell a story, the way that your energy on a wedding day, kind of like what you were saying, like you like my energy online, my clients like my energy for their wedding day. It's things like that that's so important because this person, your photographer, your videographer, are going to be with you all day long.
yeah.
You really need to like them.
Yeah, or it's gonna be like awkward.
Yes. Yeah. And so like me as a wedding vendor, like I'm a very strong, in my opinion, I'm a very strong wedding vendor. Like I'm vocal, I'm excited, I'm organized, I'm there. I'm just like, what it takes to be a good wedding vendor on the day. Just like, I'm down for anything, down to do anything, kind of gal. So something that I don't do though is just because I use an iPhone doesn't mean that I don't invest in certain areas
Yeah.
of my craft. That doesn't mean that I don't invest in education that other
Uh-huh.
filmmakers who use like
Mm,
a Sony are investing in.
yeah.
That doesn't mean that I don't shoot in log and that I don't understand shooting in manual. I do shoot in manual on my phone. I do shoot in log. I'm doing all these things. I understand color. I understand lighting. I
Yeah.
understand composition. I understand all of these things. So I think it's important to note that I'm not just like, well, I shoot on an iPhone, so let's just point it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Um,
Interesting.
so I would say that's like my big tip is that a skilled filmmaker who understands those things can take a cheaper or outdated model piece of equipment and they can still make something happen with it.
Yeah, and I feel like iPhone is less like intrusive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna name names, I don't even know what they're called, but I was at this wedding and kid you not, they had like 20 like videographers there, like in every corner, and they were running around in circles. I couldn't even get a clean shot without like a man being in there. And I'm sure the video is amazing, but it's very like, what's the word? I would say annoying. I wouldn't even think the couple would know all these people. They're not like uncles.
Unless you have 20 uncles that are videographers.
Exactly.
Can you imagine? It's like, no, it's like the one time that you would say, like, oh no, my uncle's doing the video, and it might actually
Be the
be,
uncle.
it's not just an iPad that they're showing up.
Totally, yeah. My second tutor is like the nicest person in the world. And he's like, I'm gonna like sock this guy like in the face.
Oh,
So
that,
yeah, there's so many benefits of you there maybe like less intrusive, like you're like their cheerleader, you're a hype girl, you're very professional, you're getting the shot, but you're not like you don't have this big old like screen in their face. And also people are very introverted and sometimes it could be like intimidating with all this crazy gear and like people changing it out and then it takes forever. Like they have to take all these breaks and like with the crazy 20 pounds on their back and they get like totally burnt out and have to sit for the whole like beginning of the reception.
yeah.
So there's a lot of benefits.
It's fun. Like I went to I don't know if you're familiar with Runaway Vows. They are big in like the wedding video community, and
Mm.
they hosted a luxury wedding filmmaker workshop in Utah this past October, and a girl on her phone showed up and it was wild. But it was so fun to see everybody like balancing their huge Ronins with their big cameras, and then there was me with my handheld rig and my phone. Oh, I did the
Oh,
fire.
there you go. The fireworks.
But I was like, I'm just standing there like, I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Let's go shoot. Like, what are you guys waiting for? Come on, let's go.
You're like, my back feels great. I could do like jumping jack right now, and you get like I could hop on one leg.
I know it's so lightweight. Like I'm running, I'm zooming, I'm hoo hoo, I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. Can't.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. What is your favorite like storytelling technique or tip or something you learned for the past, 4 or 5 years?
Hmm. I mean, like the thing that I want to think more about this, but just like incorporating audio to me is like the thing.
Mm,
But honestly, a couple other things that come to mind is like who is important to the couple. Um, not just focusing on getting pretty shots of the couple, but who's important to them. How can you get audio, something that they're going to cherish for a lifetime from their wedding film? And
yeah.
also, what is the photographer not shooting? Maybe focusing on that,
Wow.
giving your couple like the biggest overall like remembrance of their wedding day. And a way to do that is maybe to not film everything the photographer's getting, maybe give them a different perspective of what might have been going on in that moment, for
Oh,
example.
interesting. Yeah, different perspective. Do you like share your album after the wedding, and do they get like all the footage right away?
So I do offer raw footage as like an add-on, but pretty much all the footage goes home with me and
Yeah.
gets my solid state drive, and then we start editing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So different from like content creators. I was gonna ask like, what tools should someone use today? They could be most of the people listening are wedding professionals, but is there like a lens they should purchase and why? Um, and just make people spend money right now.
Oh, I got this. The best thing you can spend your money on, two things. Like the two things that if I could only pick two things and I could only film weddings with these things, these would be the things. A Beast Grip Pro Rig. Here, I will go grab it. Give me a
Okay.
sec.
Yeah. She is grabbing her grip. If you go on her Instagram, you can see her using this grip.
I have options. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's so
Two,
light.
two different brands here. So this is my favorite. This is the Beast Grip Pro Universal Rig. What it's going to do is it's going to give you the feeling of a handheld camera, so a little bit extra stability. So I'm going to show you how it pops in. Literally
Oh,
just
that's so easy. Uh-huh.
like that. It's got finger grips for extra stability. You can get Beast Grip lenses so you can like move this part over,
Oh,
or
cool.
you can use like Moment lenses, like what I use, the Moment 58 millimeter. It's beautiful for portraits. I mean, it's my go to lens.
Okay,
It's
okay,
it's going to offer about like a 2x zoom over
okay.
your wide lens on your iPhone. It's going to create beautiful depth of field, beautiful colors. It captures light beautifully. It just like
Wow.
takes your iPhone camera just to the next
Yeah.
level.
And it's
It's
only like $110, right?
it's yeah, something like that. There's always sales going on. Another alternative, which is also Moment brand, is this rig.
Wow.
It's way sleeker. I actually like the added stability on the Beast Grip, but if you were looking for something sleeker, like I know my content creation girlies love this. My mentees that are local, I will actually just like give them this to try it.
Yeah, uh-huh.
They're like, it's a game changer.
Wow, interesting.
And
Yeah,
it just
because
attaches.
sometimes the hands get shaky, so I could imagine. Oh, yeah, that's really easy.
It just attaches with the magnet for the MagSafe.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
another thing I love about it is that you can kind of double it as a tripod.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, it's
It'll
very sleek.
it'll stand up on its own on either like vertical or horizontal video, and the same thing goes for the B script.
Wow. So what do you edit on now for weddings?
I have always been, well, I guess not the first one. The first one I was iMovie, like I talked
Yeah.
about, but I'm a Final Cut Pro
Okay.
girly through and
Uh-huh.
through.
Nice, 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 nice. Would you say like also it's easier to edit from the iPhone photos as opposed to, or would it be the same?
Oh, I would not edit on an iPhone. I could not make
Okay,
my
yeah, yeah.
I'll make little things like for
Yeah, yeah,
social
yeah. Uh-huh.
CapCut if they're like little things,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
what
yeah. Uh-huh.
always got to be on the computer.
Okay, got it, got it, got it. What is your best get a heck yes sales technique since you're on get a heck yes?
I would say let the couple talk about themselves. um,
Mm,
and make the couple talk about their wedding film or their wedding photos for
uh-huh.
like whatever profession you're in. So, like a question I will ask my clients that really tells me a lot if we're going to be a good fit to work together is on your 1 year anniversary. I'm like really summing this down. I make it like a whole big, question. I really lead up to it. But the basic of the question is it's your 1 year anniversary. What do you want to see in your wedding film?
Okay,
you know,
I love
and then let
that.
them talk about that. Then they talk about their grandma who just got diagnosed with cancer. It would be really important for them to see her, to hear her voice, maybe do an interview with her because maybe she won't make it to Christmas or whatever. Like it just,
Oh,
there's a lot of really deep parts to being a part of capturing a wedding, like a lot of bittersweet things.
yeah.
There's always like tension, parents are divorced. There's always someone just got diagnosed with cancer or the mom died when they were a kid or something. There's always some element of like heaviness on a wedding day, but
Yeah.
I think that's important that we like can capture that in a way that it makes their wedding day a full real day that they can relive. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
the way that I'm saying it. It's just like it's not all just like pretty sparkles, you know?
Yeah, it goes deeper. I love that
Yeah.
question of what would you like to see on your anniversary? I never heard that one before.
Oh, cool. Well, I probably didn't come up with it. Maybe I did. Maybe I came up with it somewhere.
Yeah,
We'll just put a little TM next to that and
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
and
it's so powerful. It seems like you really go deep in the storytelling. Yeah, we're getting up to 5 minutes left, so I just wanted to see if you have any other words for hot topic, and then I'll go into rapid fire questions.
oh, okay, fun. I guess like just to end on any kind of note, if you feel like somewhere deep in the deepest part, the deepest pit of your soul that like you want to make something, I don't care what it is, if it's iPhone films, if it's photos, if it's paper mache, I don't care what it is, start doing it and use what you have. And that can either be your end all be all tool, like it was for me. Like I'm an iPhone filmmaker through and through. It could also be the stepping stone that gets you to the gear or the tools that you
Mm,
want to use to make the art you want to use. No matter what tools you're using, don't let anybody discourage you from making the art that you're proud to make, the kind of art that you want to make. Truly, everybody has their own seat at the table. You are worthy of your
yeah.
seat. If they're not giving you a seat, pull one up to the table and make people let you sit there.
Girls preach. This is
Yeah.
awesome. I love that. That was very motivational. Um, on Sunday, I went to my uncle's Lunar New Year party, and it was just so like special, and just I really appreciate like all the auntie and uncles being there, and they're not going to be around like forever. And I just took some footage of like the lion dancing, like the sushi, the food, the kids, the pinata. And I was just like smiling ear to ear, like when I was editing in the bath, like, and I put like the Crazy Rich Asian song on. And it was just like such a like beautiful memory, and it doesn't fit my brand at all. Like I talk about sales and branding, but it was just so special to me, and the way that like I captured it, and I sent the video to my uncle and the whole family. So it's so beautiful, like what you could capture on your phone and edit. I think I just edited it in Instagram.
Yeah. It doesn't
But,
matter. You will always look back on that with fondness and you will always be glad. Like, I'm so glad that I took a couple of shots of that and you will always look back and remember that nicely. I have one quick thing I want to say to encourage couples, if that's really quick. If you
oh,
have
for sure, for sure.
anybody listening that's getting married and is self conscious about hearing their voice, I just want to say, like, or you don't think you want audio in your wedding film because you watched someone else's wedding film and you didn't like that they were reading their vows or whatever,
Mm,
nix all of that. You you need to have audio in your wedding film. I
yep.
promise you, because God forbid things happen in life. When something happens to the people we love, one of the things you're going to start looking for example, are voicemails.
Oh shoot!
You're going to start looking for anything where you can like capture their essence again.
Wow.
And if you can have something like a wedding film where you're all dressed up, you look the best you've ever looked in your life, you
Yeah.
can hear their voice, have them present, I promise you, you will not regret having that. You can only do it once.
Wow.
It could be your grandma, it could be your partner. I mean, I'm just saying God forbid, but like
Yeah.
I
No.
I just implore
Happens. Yeah.
like I just beg people. I'm like, I don't care if you hire me, hire someone and have them do it because you
Yeah.
will not regret it because things happen and like you need to capture capture these people while you have them.
Wow. You just got really deep.
I hope that
I
was okay.
That was really, really deep. I did not even think about that. I see on Facebook people saying, "Oh, do you have any photos of my mom you could send me or anything that you could just give us?" Like you're just holding on to those voice messages, those audio bites, those sound bites. So, yeah, get audio for your wedding for sure. Okay, rapid fire questions. You're a mom of two boys, right?
Nope, just one.
One. Okay,
Just
one
one.
boy. He's 4 years old. What is your biggest like mom time hack?
Ooh, mom time hack. Oh my gosh, you said rapid fire. Oh, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at spending my time, so I don't have a good hack. I just put the phone away. It's so hard. Phone down, just put the phone down and just like look at your kid and smile at them and just soak them in. I'm so bad at that, but trying to be better.
Yes, 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 yes. I That's the best like answer for what we're talking about. The iPhone.
I
Like,
know,
put the phone down. God damn it.
put it down. Put it
um. Okay. What is your favorite iPhone app?
Ooh, one that's like not obvious, like Filmic Pro or something that I use all the time. Dazcam. I tell everyone, you don't have to be an iPhone filmmaker. Dazcam, you can take vintage looking photos and videos on it. I have heard from multiple of my friends who use real vintage cameras that it like almost perfectly emulates the film cameras that you will spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on. Get Dazcam. It's so fun.
Okay, bye, Sam. Like I'm downloading right now.
It's maybe a couple bucks a month if you want the premium. It's so worth it.
Oh my god, so excited! I'm all about that. Let's see. You're pretty, you're a hustler. Where do you see your business in the next, like, I don't know, 2 years, like growth wise?
Ooh. Um, I hope I just like continue to add like iPhones and positive experiences for my couple before their wedding day, on their wedding day, after their wedding day. But more than anything, as like I'm a mom, like wanting to grow my family, is I just want to continue to achieve a balance that works
Mm,
for me, works for my family as I continue to like hopefully add members to the family that a girl and her phone is something that can sustain through those changes, and something that can grow with our family and something
yeah,
that we can find that balance.
yeah, you're an old soul. You're already talking like you're 40, girl. Just kidding.
Yeah, well, I've already had hip reconstruction, so I feel like
That's hilarious. Oh my God. Okay. This is the last question, but I would say like it's a tiered question, but what do you see for like the industry, the wedding industry, as a whole? Because I feel like a lot of people are struggling with leads, and maybe it's like your generation that's going to take over the world. but like, where do you see it going? And maybe like any advice for someone just struggling to get leads or to make ends meet or to be inventive? What would you say to them to like get them out of their funk?
Oh, I mean, I almost feel like weird giving someone that advice because I haven't personally been in that position. I've never been in like a do or die situation to where like my art feeds me.
Mm,
So I almost like I'm way more privileged than I deserve to be able to just do my art on my time,
yeah,
kind of thing.
but
I
that's maybe good advice because you have like, something else up your sleeve
Yeah,
too.
honestly, I don't want to sit here and be like, you just gotta hustle, you gotta
Yeah,
work your
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
that because truly, I mean, like my art isn't the thing that feeds me, and like there are so many people that like their art is their full time job. I
Mhm.
don't feel qualified to give like a word on that. I would
Yeah.
just say a word of encouragement. I mean, just you're you're doing the dang thing. Go back to the first day whenever you like took a chance on yourself and like quit
Mm.
that job or you decided this was going to be your full time, and just remember that fire you had, and just there's going to be hard days and hard seasons, but you will always come out of it.
Oh, I love that. That was great. Tell everyone where to find you and about your $5 thing that you're giving us with a code. So yeah, you're hooking us up.
Yes, I am a girl in her phone videos, Instagram and TikTok. Those are like the coolest places you can find me. You can watch all of my films on YouTube. And then yes, I have a $10 course. It's
Okay.
like a bare bones beginner basics shot on iPhone course that I taught in person. I recorded it. It was like lecture style at a studio. And it was $10 to get a ticket to that. So I made it $10 to buy the recording. So it's already affordable, but just to do a little something special that I have not done. I've never offered a discount code or anything for this,
Wow.
but we're going to do, I think, code Woo Pod. And
Yep.
instead of $10, you can get it 50% off for $5 until 2024 is over. So you have all the time. It's 30 minutes. It'll be $5. I mean, who doesn't have 30 minutes and $5 at some point during the year? And it covers all of the gear I used. There's a
Wow.
big question and answer session at the end. It's jam packed.
Yay. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. All right. A girl and her phone video. Good job.
Thank you. Thank